All right, there we go. There's my mic. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Forge, everyone. I hope you're having a nice Monday evening. Work got out a little late again today, so I couldn't get here as soon as I wanted to, but I'm here now. I'm gonna be cleaning up this page of character designs, hopefully. So I'm looking forward to that. So, let's let's get to work. I'm gonna start out with some warm-ups, just to get my hand ready to draw some good drawings. Or at least passable drawings. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna pull up my warm-up website. Oh, not that. What am I doing? Yeah. Perfect. Only covered models, por favor. Okay, let's see. Get this hand activated. Okay. Switch on over to drawing with reference. That way you guys can see what I'm studying. That'd be a better way to. So I tend to draw in the middle, and the middle gets covered up by the. Let's rearrange some things for this view specifically. How about that? Is that better? Why don't we put me over here? I kind of need to be on a bottom left corner. Let's bear with me as I reorganize. There we go. That way you can see what I'm studying. Perfect. Okay. Getting started with a man in his robes. And just his robes from the looks of it. These always start out just a little bit rough. I'm trying to gesture with this, studying the gesture of the pose. Looking for that gesture. You can see that back muscle right there, flexing. Let's see. Thinking of where these limbs are lining up in 3D space and what overtakes other body parts in the shot. Going, yes! It's me when I finally have time to stream. I'm like, yes! Look at that. You can see the old the drawing muscles are unlocking. Note to self, if I want to draw a really muscular guy's legs, just make them really triangular looking, huh? Okay, I want somebody who isn't just a man. Okay, there you go. Oh! Found his treasure! Hello, Panda Mask. Welcome back. Let's see. Yarg! Treasure. What? Nope. Yeah, I try to keep my schedule consistent with Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Seems to be around this time. Just whenever it's whenever I can get done with work and get home, you know? Hopefully, soon I can stabilize it to be a couple hours earlier than this. There we go. I like that one. Alright, I think I'll wrap that up. Move on to some hands. Okay. It's a good first one. That's a good first hand, I think. This is a rather easy pose. Ta-da! That's too easy. Okay, let's think about, since I've got this extra time, think about a wrist bone. Okay, we'll just go to the next one. Okay. This is interesting. This is we're seeing the top of it a little bit here. Top of the pentagon. And then this guy is also curling over. Today I'm really doing this thing where I'm drawing the tip of the finger first. It's kind of helping out. This one might need another pass so I can understand it a little better. Let's see. Make it clear that this one's kind of sticking out. Gotcha. It's a weird angle. Oh, okay. An odd pose. I want another one. Not that one. Come on. Ooh, there we go. At least make it a challenge for me is what I'm saying. Okay, so that's here. This one might be a challenge for me. Right, let's see. Come up to here. Little Kamehameha. I'll pause it and draw the other one. Why not? Upside down hand is a fun challenge. So you stick out further to here. And your wrist is... No, it's just that it's flatter. That's all it is. So wrist is in the same spot. And then not long enough finger. This finger goes out to here. There you go. I think that's pretty accurate. Let's just make sure it lines up. Pinky with pinky. Yeah. Interesting. Cool. I like that. All right. Let's look at what we've got to do today. Today, gonna do some cleanup line art so that these guys look more like these guys. Nice and clean and easy to read. Easy for an animator or storyboard artist to read and replicate. Start out with this one over here. With Maddie. This one's gonna be a fun one. So I really want to lean into this burnt aesthetic we've got going here. I think I know who I'm thinking of now. As reference, that one burnt guy from Hercules. Like yeah, there we go. That's funny. Ah, it's just the fact that their hair looks burnt, yeah. Yeah, is it like... Funny. Okay. Okay. So I'm thinking... I want her to have this pointy chin. Like that. Oops, sorry. Welcome, Entity. Thanks for joining in for the stream. Just doing some cleanup for these character designs I've been working on. This one will be pretty fun. She's kind of crazy looking chick. Something like that. Maybe I don't want it exactly perfectly halfway. I don't know why I kind of want it to kind of cross over like that. No, maybe you need that should just be like that. Do this. Something like that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I need to start the streams a little earlier. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I still have my little reference on. Whoops. Let me turn that off. Keep on forgetting to turn that off. Alright. Have any names planned? I don't know. These are some background characters. So right now they're just named after the person who submitted the request for the design. I think I'm realizing it just... Just kind of wanted to leave it up to those who submitted the character designs to name their characters if they want to. For now, they're just like background character A, B, and C, essentially. I want her to look unhinged, dangerous. Think of where that rib cage is going, and then comes down. Okay. So this is kind of burnt. This is kind of like a pyromaniac kind of character. Guess she would have an ear, huh? Want her hair to look all like crazy and frizzy, like she just walked out of an explosion. I don't think I want to do it for every strand. I think just these bottom ones have that little frayed thing going on. Yeah. Head cannon. this sleeve is all intact. Very skinny arms. I want to really accentuate some fun shapes here. Might mess around with that hand a little bit later. Got a little bandolier of grenades here. Yeah, it's awesome that you work on books, though. In what capacity? Meow. Hello, Miss Nuna.
Alright, get up here.
It's cat time. Hello, Miss Meow. Oh, taking up the whole space, aren't you? Awesome. Sweet. That's cool. Oh, come on, Luna. Yeah. My cat is a little bit of a princess. She needs all the attention she can have, so for the next minute or so, I'm just gonna be giving her some pets. Hello. Meow. And now there's cat hair everywhere. Okay. Excuse me, Luna. Oh, excuse you. Luna, come on. I need to be able to reach the tablet here. My gosh, you are hairy. I need to give you a brushing. Okay, I think I can reach over her a little bit. Oh, she didn't like that. Luna, come on. Stop petting you for a second. Okay. My goodness. I need a cat cam just so you can see how dramatic she is. Okay, there you go. No, you still want more pets. My goodness. You are an extortionist. Yes, that's what you are. Okay. She has been vanquished. Okay. These. I want this arm to be really uncomfortably thin. Oops, sorry. Okay. Okay. And then obviously we want this hand to be really sharp looking. Oh shoot, okay. She doesn't have overalls anymore, it's just these like baggy pants. What you mean about now, Luna? You want out? Okay. Do your collarbones pop out? Collarbones right here. I almost want this to kind of be sharp right there. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, don't worry. I appreciate anyone just lurking. Good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm working on some character design, finishing some up. Just yeah. Hopefully, I want to get some line art done on some of these. I think this one's pretty close. I don't think I'm forgetting. I just have to draw the bombs. The bomb factory, they're bombs. Don't want it to be too difficult to draw this person. Especially since they're just a background character. Why do I feel like Grinch vibes from this one? I think it's like specifically... Yeah, there it is. It's the eyebrows. That's like the energy that I want from her eyebrows. That very like kind of vibe. That's better, actually. That's that's exactly what I needed. I needed to look at a picture of Jim Carrey as the Grinch. Okay. These are cargo pants. So let's think of them as cargo pants. You would have this pocket here. And I think she would also have another one here. It'd be above this. It'd be like right there. Okay. So we have. Okay, let's look. I guess. Okay, if her whole right side blew up, I think I wanted. I think it feels weird that the pants are okay. Like the pants made it out like not scathed, you know, unscathed. Weird. Also have. I don't want it like all the like that all the way down. That doesn't feel right. Let's see. It just like really sticks to the side. This is burnt. Okay. I definitely want her to feel unhinged. Even want to make like this more pointed right here. everywhere that I can, I want to make pointed. I'm glad you think that. Gonna flip the canvas real quick. Make sure that this looks right on the other side. I kind of like slanting this a little bit. I think would be here. Hmm. Yeah, just minuscule in comparison to this person. Hmm. It's the eye. Yeah, they're fun. I think you'll like the others too. I just have them not currently on right now. Not currently visible. Okay, right. So then that. So these other ones look like this, and this, and that. That's the whole spread there. Nope. Okay. Definitely want. Oh. Cat wants back in. Welcome back. Hello, Amazon Scales. Welcome back. Okay. Meow. Hello. Oh, do you want back up again? Really? My goodness. What are you gonna do with all this attention, Luna? Pardon my Discord notifications. Okay. Luna. I just gave you just like the biggest pet sesh earlier. Come on. Don't drool on me, you weirdo. Okay. Alright. I want to keep drawing, Luna. Oh, give me a second here. Oh, Luna. Oh gosh, okay. Probably too many of those jagged lines, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at this. I want not a lot. I want very limited. Even then. Something like that. That's a little better. Good question. I don't have the straightest answer for that. As far as I only know 1, 2, 3. She's like 7 heads tall. Which I think would imply that she's like maybe around like 5.5 feet. Oh no, I have no idea. Because I mean, Lunadines get very tall, like you know, unnormally tall, unusually tall. Yeah, I don't know. I know I made a height chart for some of the species. So some like male Lunadine are like average about 6'6", but then as you can see, for the female Lunadine, they're a lot taller. At 5 feet just for the legs. So that would imply that that's our so 5 feet is right here. About 10 feet tall for a Lunadine. And that would make she's about like 5.5 feet tall for our for the scale. Here we go. Yeah, okay. That's a lot better burnt vibes. It's only a couple of crazy lines to keep track of. Thank you. Appreciate that. Been honing it for quite a bit, and yeah, I really want it to give off these like early 2000s animated 2D animated movie vibes of, for example, like Sinbad or Atlantis or Treasure Planet. How they were, you know, really pushing style back then. Hercules. And of course, there's some contemporary inspiration in here, like Avatar: The Last Airbender. I think it's just in everyone's inspiration pile. Okay. There we go. Done with this damn belt. My gosh. I remember why I turned off my Discord notification sounds. Turn that off. Yeah, so the pitch for the show is woke up in the distant future, choose a relic in the distant past. A young fire sprite is the last of a magical species trying to protect a cold cyberpunk world. It follows our main protagonist, Blaze, as you know, as I said before, she wakes up in the distant future to find that she's the last of her kind. And it's this blend of fantasy and cyberpunk, just, you know, sci-fi elements. I don't need folds right here. It's not folding. Okay. And yeah, it's a vibe. It's definitely it's a musical. It's kind of like a punk rock musical. Not really just punk rock though, because Blaze brings in some her own voice. Yeah, I've got a kick-ass composer helping me out, named Dali. They're awesome. We met through improv, manning the improv front desk together, and I was working on lyrics for one of the songs for the show, and they came on over and were like, "Hey, what are you working on?" And I go, "Oh, writing a song for my show," and they're like, "That's sick." Like, let me look, and then they whip out a guitar, and then we just ended up like writing the song then and there during our shift, which is pretty fun. And so we've been working together on it ever since. Gonna meet with them on Wednesday to do some more writing. Yeah, I can take a break from this to show you some of the character designs. Let's see, okay. It's fine. Do I want? We'll figure it out. I'll come back. So, Blaze is our main character. She's a fire sprite. Means she's just a little guy. And got some expressions for her. We've got some poses. Figuring out like what her motion looks like, what I want the motion of the show to look like, the animation to look. I want it to feel very fluid, as fluid as we can. Like a level of exaggeration with movement that allows for like easier animation, or not as like stiff animation. I don't know. I want to make it, it's easy to animate while still looking good. This is Axel. He's a street rat, a mutated street rat, who's on Blaze's side, her first friend. He's got this weird mutated arm that does some crazy stuff. We got Uncle Kerf. We got first of the antagonists, Gage, who's this like huntsman guy. He hunts magical creatures. So and he's got this diesel-fueled robot arm and a metal jaw. And his mutt, Delilah, who's like a mixture of a mole, a bear, a pig, dog, a bunch of things. Then we got Dr. Lazarus, who's another antagonist. He's got a token. His wedding ring acts as essentially, if you've played Dungeons and Dragons, there's like arcane focuses in there, and that they are what let you access your magic. So it's kind of like that, where all the characters, every person in this world has a gift, but they need this token, this magical artifact, in order to access it, at least until they can master it. But in this new age of sci-fi accommodations and laziness, a lot of them don't even bother with training their powers. They just plop on the magical activation artifact and give themselves access to at least a little bit of power, which is more than what other people have. So he's got a little power that will be revealed in the pilot. And he's got some bodyguards, love working with some cool shape and body proportions. And then Cleodora is the main antagonist of the season, of season 1 of the show. She owns the city that we start out in, which is called Pact. And yeah, she's kind of like a dragon. Love Cleodora. This is a guy. This is Screech, an informant. She shows up in the pilot, helping out Axel. And she's just like a worrywart. Her feathers are falling out. Just a real fun character. And then for some flashback stuff, we have Blaze's family. This is Vulcan, her dad, when he's depressed versus when he's when he's happy before his wife dies. Spoiler alert, not much of a spoiler alert. It happens right away. Like it's her backstory. And then Sapphire is her sister, her older sister. She was the chosen one. That's why she has blue hair. And considering how Blaze is the last fire sprite, you might be able to predict that things don't really go Sapphire's way. There's some tragedy baked into here. And this is them as kids, very cute. Then these are some fire sprite civilians. Because in this flashback, I just wanted to have some background characters prepped, just in case. So these are a few. And then these are some, the main location that we're in the pilot is called the Underground. It's this old gravity mine where it's gravity's all crazy in there. It's I like to describe it as a hamster ball of scum and villainy. That's how the gravity works. And so it's got a bunch of these criminal, thug, untrustworthy people in there. And so we needed some of those guys, because it's a big packed marketplace. So I need a lot of background characters. Or at least, yeah, I need a lot of background characters. And then I'll also design what crowd shots look like, so that gives some, makes it a little easier and a little bit more stylistic. And so we're not drawing 50 million people in a shot. It's more like 5 people and then a blob behind them, but a stylistic blob. So then I'm making more of them. These are ones with lines, like spoken dialogue. I might go back and make these look a little bit cooler because I got to this page and these guys look really creepy, and I want everyone in the underground to feel dangerous in some way or unhinged. And that brings us to this page. This page is a little bit out of skew because we have a female Lunadyne in here. Lunadyne, specifically female Lunadyne, can get up to like 10 feet, even more tall. They're huge. So it really skews this height chart because they are just so tall. Makes all these normal height people look small in comparison to her. Yeah, these are all cool. Yeah. I mean, I want it to, each background character helps inform the world more. Like, as I keep on designing more and more of them, it shapes more of what the underground looks like in my mind. So I think it's important. I try to limit myself a lot. I'm not treating them like main characters with when I'm designing them. Their characters. Their colors are a lot more monochrome. So it's really just like one color over them. I'm trying not to go too crazy on them, but it's a weird balancing act because with each one, I'm also thinking, okay, how can I push this more so I can discover more about the people that occupy the underground. So it's a fun mental exercise. It's just a fun exercise. I enjoy it a lot. I have a few more main characters that I have yet to design. I'm essentially just going through this grunt work, and then they're like the light at the end of the tunnel. I get to finish it up with some more main character designing. Specifically, Skylar is another character, a member of the main trio. It's Blaze, Axel, and Sky. And Sky has this little robot, this little pillow robot named Nimby. She's a total diva. We love her. And then we've got eventually this goth cat girl named Adina, who will also be getting a bit of a design overhaul. Just like her suit needs to be a little bit changed. She's a bounty hunter. And I'm also currently brainstorming this 5th character. She's kind of important to Adina's arc, and I'm still trying to find her personality. I think right now she's yeah. I love Blaze's family so much. They're so cute. I had so much fun designing Baby Blaze and Baby Sapphire, and it made me go like, oh. And also, like, I wish I didn't go so hard with Hestia. Hestia looks so cool. Just to be there, just to die, which is unfortunate. But that's how it goes. But yeah, anyway, I sidetracked myself immediately. Gildy is the character that Druid Gal. I'm trying to figure out her personality. She's kind of shy right now, but it doesn't evoke anything in my head. Like, Adina, I know how Adina is written. Skylar, I know how Skylar is written. Blaze and Axel, I know how they are. I can easily picture them They're very, they're very strongly characterized. And Gildy still has a little bit of a ways to go. I wanted her to be this, like, initially she's like a shut-in, this druid that lives in, essentially this little paradise, this beautiful grove in the forest, and her arc is meant to be kind of about living life to the fullest. And so, like, she finally gets the motivation to leave her paradise to go on an adventure. And I don't know, every time, like, I think about Gildy, she sounds very similar to Blaze. A very crucial bit of writing advice is, if you present your cast of characters with a situation, or with a obstacle, with an event, they should all have different reactions to it. And whenever I think of that, I think of her reaction being, like, identical to Blaze's, which makes her irrelevant, if that makes sense. Like, you want them to be, each one to be distinct. And also, I want her to have a very strong dynamic with Adina, who's this tough goth chick. And so I'm trying to figure out, like, what her romantic companion would look like in Gildy. At first I liked the vibe of, like, pretty nature gal and goth punk for Adina. I just don't know. I need to, like, really, I think I need to, like, write a song for her to figure her out. Or really, once I have a character drawn, I know them a little bit better, That's my writing process. So I'm still trying to brainstorm what to do for Gildy. If you have any, like, favorite dynamic, like Yuri dynamics, drop them in the chat so I can do some research. I wanna do it justice, Because currently I'm up to episode 4. 3 episodes are written. I'm writing episode 4. It's gonna be like 13 episodes for the season. And so far, Adina has so much more chemistry with her school bully than she does with Gildy in my head. And so I'm trying to, like, find that. Like, I know that people are going to be shipping Adina with her school bully just because Adina just brings it. She doesn't take anything, which causes a lot of... I can just see it. I just know. I know how the internet works. I know who's going to be shipped with who. And so I'm trying to make the perfect ship with Adina and Gildy. Let's see. Okay. Welcome back, Entity. Okay, I think this line art is pretty much done. Should I double it up? Especially for that. Might as well. I already kind of have the colors figured out. I messed around with those last stream. So now all I have to do is just drop them in. And all these background characters are based on requests, the design requests from viewers. essentially last year I held a raffle where I picked 130 names to be turned into background characters for the show. And so now that I'm going around and making some background characters, those ideas are coming to fruition. So all these are based on that. Maddie S here had a character that they had an OC that I was basing this on, and I just accentuated it more. Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be independently made unless I get like a really good deal whenever I pitch it. I just don't see like a reality where it gets picked up in today's market, you know? And you know, there's a lot of ground being broken with Glitch and Spindlehorse and all those animation, all that indie animation. Oops. Oh, shoot. Don't know if I'll be sticking with this kind of ashy gray for the skin. I think it might go pretty well. That, or I just lean into a little bit more. I'll stick with what I have. I'll trust past me. Oh yeah, I want to set this the belt apart from the pants in terms of color. You can see that they're very similar, right? They're kind of blending together. Probably make the belt darker. Yeah, I essentially I work as a storyboard artist mainly, so I've got that bit covered, and I really, you know, I have the I feel like I have the skills now that I can devote to it. After work, you know. Oop. Thankfully, a lot of the submissions had their characters be edgy enough that they fit the underground very well. It is kind of funny that her eyebrows stayed. I'll probably just make that a darker, just a dark black. Ta-da. She's got an eye, a green eye. This one is meant to be seen as robotic, and then this one is just normal. Right. I forgot to draw her boots. I realized that I only added those in the color sketch and not in the actual sketch. Oh well. Shoes are fine. And then let's just make it dark. Just for the sake of simplicity and so that I can move on. Oops. Let's play around with this a little bit more. I say, after wanting to move on. I think this should be burnt as well. Yeah, I think it needs it. And you know, when she's just a speck on the screen, you know, ah! Yeah, so the idea with this streaming journey of mine is that you can see the entire process from beginning to end. On my YouTube, I have all these stored, and essentially once I'm done with character designs, I can move on to casting, and that'll be a lot of fun. Try to make a big old event out of it where people can, submit their auditions. And once I find the cast, get some vocals in, and then I can start storyboarding and bring on some of my storyboarding friends to help out. The biggest hurdle will be animation. Everything else I'm pretty confident in. And really, that's just gonna take some money. Cool. I like that. This is what she used to look like, and now this is what she looks like. Definitely a lot more stylization. To think that this is a year's separation, a year, like I drew that a year ago, and my style has definitely changed since, I would say, for the better. Let's go to this one. This one's a little bit more detailed. I don't think I have to make another tiny little sketch over this. I think I can just start the line art. This one's a tattoo artist. Not because they asked to be a tattoo artist, just if they have tattoos, that they would want tattoos. And so then I took that prompt and said, well, what if their whole identity is tattoos? And voila. Yeah. I'm enjoying that. It's fun. I can't wait to draw this guy, Styx. Very fun. And then I love the shapes in this one. And then this one would be fun too. Stop touching her, Maddie. Slide you to the side here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to come back and give these guys a little bit more life. I almost think for this guy's very close. You like his teeth tattoo? I think I just darken that. Like just lean into it being dark. I think that's more fun. Make it more deliberate. Anyway. All right. I'm going to take a short little stretch break. I encourage all of you to do the same. Drink some water. In an ideal world, who would I reach out to for Blaze? Perfect world, it'd be Mandy Moore. She just, Blaze just has so much Rapunzel energy. Anybody who sounds like that, you know? I think a lot of people could play her. You know, it's looking for that combination of like can be very sweet and lovable, but then like has, you know, can still sound stern. You know, when she needs to. As far as like singers, like Broadway actors, I think Taylor Lautner is very good, but I think after hearing her as Charlie and Has Been, I don't think that's a good fit. Let me find one of the other ones. Erica Henningsen also has a very good voice that sounds similar to how I imagine Blaze. Yeah. I'm gonna take a quick bio break as well. Been sitting down for a while. Be right back. Okay. Back. I've pretty much already found my voice for Axel. His name's he's been with the project ever since it was just a college thesis. Name's Kieran Regan. Voices a character in Genshin Impact. I don't know the name. Yeah, he's cool. We go back. Let's see. I'm thinking. Oh, I'm looking up my reference for my own species. That's what I'm looking up for. Where do the antlers go? Is the question I'm asking myself. Are they in the hair or are they on the forehead? Is what I'm referencing. Lunadines. They're in the hair, kind of above the. Okay. Let's think. I'm liking that face. It's a good face. Yeah. Yeah. Wahoo! Okay. Stay focused, Jack. Not rounded enough. Let's think. Last Fire Sprite originated from a dream that I had back in college, 2019. And in the dream was a little fire sprite, which ended up becoming Blaze. Kind of given some guff to a boy at the top of a volcano. And I woke up and I was like, I was working on a different story at the time. I originally wanted to be an author. I was working on a book series. And there's something about this idea that I couldn't get out of my head. And I was drawing it. I had to draw her, just get it out. And it's kind of been stuck ever since. And I explored it more and more, and like, oh well, what does the boy look like? I want him to be this kind of like knight, kind of like this squire character with this like cool sci-fi sword, which ended up becoming his arm. And yeah, it's there's no like clear one thing that inspired it. It's really that dream, and yeah. I like to think that I think that dream was probably induced by Spider-Verse, the end credit scene where we meet Spider-Man 2099 and his like AI is bouncing all over the place. That's the only thing, because that came out around then. And like that's the only thing that I can think of would have like influenced me to think that way or dream that. But I mean, like a fire sprite, volcano, I don't know. Just kind of, just came to me. Very differently than a lot of my other well, yeah. A lot of my stuff is like music inspired. So like I have another show concept. It's working name is Double Vision. It's might be changed later, but concept is essentially these twins gain the power to see the future, but each one of them can only see half of the vision. So there's like shenanigans and hijinks that ensue because of that. That one was music based. I was watching the Umbrella Academy, of all things, and that ending song that ended the show, which was essentially just it like did something to me. Like I was like, oh, I had like this like, "Whoa, I'm thinking of it, whoa," and I'm imagining it, and I had to like quickly sketch them, write it down. These these twins that can see the future. What is happening with this hand? But yeah, so the original pilot for this was a senior thesis project for me back in 2020, that magical year. And essentially, like during that pandemic, I, especially that first month, had a lot of time on my hands. And I was like, oh, I've always wanted to try my hand at making an animatic. So I did for, can't think of names now. It was the Birds of Prey song, Experiment on Me. And that was just because, when I listened to that song, I could totally see in my head when it goes, I'm pretty like a car crash. I could totally see my character Adina like singing it and doing a little facial expression like as she's singing that. And so it's like, okay, yeah, I'll do like a little animatic for it. First animatic probably shouldn't have been an entire 3-minute song, maybe even 5 minutes. It was long. And I was like, oh, I'll bring out all the stops. I'll find some like voice actors to voice it for me. And I went on to like casting call club, and that's how I ended up finding the original voice of Blaze, and as well as Kieran for Axel. And there's that like did something to me. Like hearing my characters come to life like was like enough for me to go like, oh, I like that feeling. So I then that fall, when I had to decide what my senior thesis would be, I was like, well, I know I can make an animatic. What if I made a pilot? Like just made the full pilot, or storyboarded the pilot. And that was before I really knew how to storyboard. So I have it hidden now, so you can't see it, but it sucked. It just wasn't great. It was good for the time. And I essentially ended up really enjoying storyboarding. And so, in total contrast to the degree that I got, which was marketing, I was like, well, I really like storyboarding. This is my way to get into the animation industry. I'm gonna focus on honing that craft, and then I did, and it's turned out pretty well. Storyboarding is kind of the best of both worlds for me. If I'm not directing or show running the project, I'm still a writer and an artist at the same time. Like storyboarding combines both of the aspects of creation that I really enjoy. Yeah, good time. Good stuff. All your passions. Never stop trying new things. And because of all this, my drawing got better. Obviously. But I wouldn't have expected it to. But it did. Couple freelance gigs. There's this mobile game that I don't think I can. Yeah, I don't think it's out yet, so I can't say that it was a mobile game. I worked on a little fan project called Alicia in the Kingdom of Starlight, which is essentially a remake of Disney's Wish. Now it's a lot more original. It's become like a whole new, its own thing, which is really cool. Love the people that are working on it. Yeah. Still haven't gotten anything, nothing really industry-based, or, mainstream industry-based. A lot of little small gigs, but enough to be called a professional. I've been paid for it. When I think of a belt. Recently took a very useful mentorship, very educational, and made a lot of my friends through that in the industry. Really, the only thing holding me back at this point from actually getting into the industry is jobs. It's literally what I've been told. That's my next, that's my only hurdle, is just when we have a job, and when we have a role, I'm like, thanks. That's so cool. I'd love to be employed now. But I have a day job in the meantime. Allows me to pay the bills. You guys hear that K-pop Demon Hunters won Golden Globes? What kind of shoes are they wearing? Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I don't care. Yeah, you know, just it's all about consistency. I essentially started the streaming just give myself a reason, a scheduled time of the week to work on it. But that, you know, that's kind of the one of the main purposes of this stream is to be kind of a little chill work stream where we all can be working on our stuff. But if it encourages you to, I think that'd be really awesome. You know, I tend to give some anatomy advice and drawing advice in here. If you're ever interested in that. That foot looks wonky. Because it has no heel. Yeah. The very... You know, it's just an okay foot. Just okay. Whatever. Background character. I gotta remember, it's a background character. Okay. And now the tattoos. Right? That's how it looks without all that. I think the back. This shoulder here. Oh, still have that right there. This shoulder, or really like this part of the back. Because it has to go like right there. And then we gotta make this start a little bit here. That feels better. But still, I want to move. Now I want to move the middle point of this to here. but that nice rounded shoulders. Does that look right? I mean, it's a giant person. Proportions are gonna be wonky no matter what, but we wanted to feel believable. I think it works. God, working in the clothing industry in this world would be like a nightmare. Like, look how giant her feet are. If you're making that style, like that size of a shoe, it's like you're making a shoe the size of a dog. Of like a medium-sized dog. It's crazy. Which means that it has, that could be a fun thing to put in there. A scene, a shot, something in the background, something we see. Just makes it feel more lived in. The show, the world. Okay. I'm feeling it. Let me, gotta close up some gaps. I tend to do that to myself. Leave a lot of gaps everywhere. Because I'm messy. Okay. I think that's... She's got this kind of fro going. I think she's pretty cool. Okay. Sweet. Oh, right. These. Now, let's try cheating. Procreate has some helpful brushes. I can find a lovely pattern like this one. I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, did I do that for the, no? Okay, what am I doing? Oh, right. I don't think so. That doesn't feel personal enough. This, like, it's the easy way out, but it doesn't take that much more effort to just draw a flower. Definitely want it on its own layer. I think it's fun if she has... Yeah, it's... But then, yeah, she's got to have stuff on her. Okay, let's look up some flower tattoos. Because they got to be simplified enough to be animated. So they can't be like, like how Arcane, they make their tattoos very blocky in that. I think that's required. It's, Don't do it right, they kind of look like bruises. Yeah, okay. Just... Yeah, okay. Hmm. Oh. Ah. Hmm. Hmm. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I hope to see you again. Thanks for coming to the Forge. Come on. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, there's pedals. That would definitely help. Okay, maybe... Yeah, I think my stem is way too thick. Say it with me. Let's start over. Okay, think about this. I don't know. What's up? What's up? What are you on about, huh? Okay. What a hard life you have, Lou. Tattoos are annoying to design. Luna. Welcome. Welcome back, Luna. Back to the table. Yes. Oh, you just love taking up space, don't you? Okay. Try this again. Luna, hey, stop messing with the screen. My gosh. Luna, I swear. don't want to have to click all these. But okay, so then we do a little feather. About 2%. It's likely won't. That's my roundabout method of getting some leaves drawn. That took way longer than it would have if I just drew them. But it was worth experimenting. Yeah, that doesn't look great, huh? Oh well. Back to the drawing board. No, I swear. Okay. Appreciate anyone still lurking out there. You're not underappreciated. You are appreciated. my gosh. This cat. Got my little cookie. My gosh. Okay. Really? I don't think it's that much of a separation. Oh right, yeah, I definitely wanted this to be a different color. Oops. Come on. And then let's keep going. We do the brightest, the center. And now, play around with some of the to see what happens. That's kind of fun. They like pin light. That's kind of fun too. Exclusion looks pretty good. Honestly, this is probably the simplest way to do it. Exclusion looks pretty good though. But we kind of want these kind of bright and obvious. Pinlight does give a cool holographic effect to it. Exclusion kind of just makes it look like it's glowing. With Pinlight for now. Right, and she has some like paint all over her. Nope. Hard light. I feel like she's gonna have darker shoes. From what little I know about fashion, know that it has to end dark. Oh. Didn't know that. Notice this. Oh? Oh. Right, because I turned off the reference. Liking her. Liking her. He's a little freak. It's fun. Yeah, you know, and going so hard in this character helps me see what tattoos can look like in this world. I like that. I like it a lot. We have Ryan right there. Just a little guy, a little dead guy. On the ground, a little speck. Might stop there for the night. I'll come back on Wednesday for more. And if not if you don't catch me Wednesday, then there's always Friday. So yeah, thanks so much for staying here for this whole time. If you were here the whole time, or if you're still here, thank you so much. Thanks for